Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So we'll be reacting to Candice Owens podcast, and this one said, "Is Charlie Kirk a racist?" Wow. Charlie Kirk is not a racist. He can never be a racist. But let's check this video out and see why this question is being asked. Is Charlie Kirk a racist? Let's check it out.
My friend Charlie Kirk of Turning Point USA has come under a lot of fire. He's been trending for about 4 days over a remark that he made, which people are calling racist. Charlie Kirk has a show that is called Thought Crime, and they were talking about DEI policies, the idea that we should just be hiring people on the basis of them being Black, on the basis of them being a female. And particularly, he was discussing this as it pertains to pilots in the air. Take a listen to what Charlie Kirk said and why he's catching some heat.
And that's why I think this United story and the DEI story hits so hard, because we've all been in the back of a plane when the turbulence hits, or when you're flying through a storm and you're like, I'm so glad I saw the guy with the right stuff and the square jaw get into the cockpit before we took off. And I feel better now thinking about that.
No, I mean, like, you want to go thought crime? Like, I'm sorry, if I see a Black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified.
Well, that's the you wouldn't have done that. You wouldn't have. You wouldn't have done that before.
That's not an immediate.
No, you wouldn't have done that before.
That's not who I am. That's not what I believe.
It is the reality the left has created.
So you can see why the left loved that clip and why they're now calling Charlie Kirk, who I worked for and with for years, an avowed racist. He says that that's going to be his first thought if he sees a Black pilot. And you know what? I said the exact same thing on this show just a couple of weeks ago. I remarked that now when I even am watching a commercial, if I see a commercial and I see a Black person, and a Hispanic person, and an Asian person, my thought process is, did they just get this because DEI? I no longer think the person is qualified. Way back when, just a few short years ago, when I used to watch movies and I used to see a Black character, I always just thought it's because he's a great actor. Denzel Washington, one of the greatest actors of our time. Like, he's amazing, obviously. But now my experience has changed because I recognize that we no longer live in a meritocracy. And I'm thinking they hired that person because they had to fulfill the quota. Oh, we must have at least X amount of Black people. And I don't think that they deserve to be in those spaces anymore. And it makes me upset that that's my thought process when I see a commercial and when I see a movie. Is this person actually even a good actor, or are they just checking a box? But unfortunately, that is the reality of what happens when it comes to DEI. And what he is remarking on is true. I would be terrified.
Guys, see, to me, right? I feel bad for all those already existing Black pilots out there who earn their position, through merit and talent, because people will not be looking them with one kind of bad eyes. People will not be looking them with suspicions, as if it's another thing, or as if they were not worth to be there, and which is very, very bad. It's so bad, to be frank, very bad.
If I got onto a plane and I saw a woman flying the plane, and I know that we have the United CEO saying that he just wants to fulfill a quota. He just wants there to be more women and wants there to be more Black people. And he's not concerned at first with qualifications. That is something that should alarm all of us, guys, honestly. This is what Charlie Kirk had to say in his defense on Twitter. He said, I made a logical statement. In 2023, 19% of United's pilot corps was minority or female, which was already the highest among any airline. United CEO Steve Kirby, that's the one that we showed you that was dancing in trans gear or cross-dressing, whatever you want to call it, bragged that the airline would mandate that their next pilot class would be 50% female and minority. A few questions. 1, are there enough candidates to fill the 50% quota? 2, why are 81% of United's pilots white men currently? Is it because they happen to be the best pilots? Should we just assume it's because woke United is secretly super racist? Or is it possible that white men simply tend to be more interested in flying than other groups? 3, if white men land the planes safely, what is the problem? 4, if hiring is based on merit, why aren't there more minority female pilots? He goes on in the tweet, but essentially what he is doing is he is doubling down, and he should. These are important questions to ask. I agree with my colleague, Matt Walsh, that in the future, there is going to be a horrific accident on a plane, and it is going to be because this is what is happening on the corporate level. They no longer are concerned with safety. They just want to make sure that it looks Black enough, that it looks like there are enough females, that it looks woke enough, and that should terrify all of us.
Guys, to me, yeah, Candice Owen is right because. But how will you all be thinking that an airline is going to risk? When I mean they are going to risk losing a plane and hundreds of people in it, and the reputation of that airline by hiring a pilot that is not qualified just because the person is because the person is white or the person is black and the person, or just because you prefer that color, just like that. Are you all okay? So God, I don't even understand how some people think. See, Candice Owens is just 100% correct because I think the same thing. Hiring anyone based on anything other than merit should be illegal because that is racist and indisputable. Because how will you be hiring someone that is not qualified to be a pilot, but just because you prefer that person's color or because that person is white, you don't want to employ a white person? That's so bad. That's so bad. Charlie Kirk is not a racist. Charlie Kirk is just stating the facts, the reality of everything. Oh God. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. Like, watch, and subscribe to my channel, and have a wonderful day ahead. Bye bye.